This isn't going to be a cheerful video. It's not going to have a happy ending or a profound message. It's just me processing something that I've been struggling with and that I'm sharing just because I believe there needs to be more awareness of these issues, and because I'm grateful for those of you who have been a part of this YouTube journey with me. I'm going to give a content warning for issues regarding mental health. I'm not doing well. I've known that for almost a year now. I've known why the whole time, but I think now I really am beginning to understand how deep it goes. I was supposed to be off these antidepressants by now, but my doctor recommended I stay on because I'm still not at the point where she can be sure I'd be okay without them. I've been weighing my mind about whether I should share this because I'm a very private person and for other reasons, but I think I will. Since it's scripted, I can decide how much to share, which is empowering me to do this. I know the exact moment when this round of depression started. I had just graduated and was trying to decide what my next step would be. At that point, someone very important to me told me that they're about to give up on me. They were upset, of course, and most likely didn't know the effect that their words would have on me. That said, they said I'm not working. And when I said I was, they vehemently repeated that I wasn't. They didn't even let me finish. That conversation stayed with me all this time. I tried not to think about it, but it was there, festering. All the work I do, all the hard work I do, dismissed in an instant. I've been working 3 jobs, sometimes more. I didn't tell them that. How could I? Why should I? I didn't think they'd listen. I don't want you to think they're evil or anything. They're just doing the best they could. And they were upset, frustrated, understandably so. I mean, it's not easy to watch someone you care about struggle. It just affirmed that no matter how important this person is to me, no matter how much they care about me, they are not a safe space for me, so I withdrew. The thing is though, this is not the beginning of the story. Far from it. I'm an artist. I've known this ever since I was a child. I used to draw all the time, and even created my own characters for shows I liked. Then I started writing as a preteen, and I felt like I had finally found myself. This was me. It felt right. But I was also living in a society, in an environment where art wasn't valued. In my adulthood, I see that I internalized that. I saw myself as having less value because I was an artist. My grandfather wanted all his grandchildren to be doctors, and I thought that was the path I should take. When my grades weren't good enough to get into medical school, I went for the next best thing, biology. All the while, I'd wished I could study art. I knew, though, that I couldn't. It wasn't practical after all, wasn't valuable. When I realized that I wasn't doing well in biology in university, I made the hard choice to switch to something else. I did literature instead and did pretty well, considering. But then, what to do afterwards? I wanted to be a writer. It's what I love to do. It's the only time I felt truly alive. But it's not valuable. It's lowly. It's less than. I had no idea until now that this was why I was so willing to work on Fiverr an environment where we are undervalued and they take 20% of every dollar that I make. And that includes tips, by the way. I couldn't see myself as truly worth my time. I found it hard to invest in myself, to do the simple things that would help establish me as a real freelance writer. Things like developing my portfolio, demanding more money for my work, advertising myself. So hard. All of this is what came rushing back when I had that conversation last year. All these feelings, all these insecurities that I couldn't fully identify until now. But it has been affecting me. I think I must have seemed okay on the surface, but I had already become good at partitioning my life. For example, I did some sign language interpreting work for an entire semester early this year, but I just couldn't do up the invoice. My depressed brain just told me it would be too hard. So I set it aside, and now I'm reaping the consequences because the institution still hasn't paid me, even though I finally managed to send the invoice in May. So here I am, still somehow managing to be the artist that my own internalized negativity tells me I have no business being. I have story ideas in my head, but I can't get them out. I just can't. I want to take the time to work on my portfolio, but I can't. As proud I am of my novelette, it's hard for me to advertise it and say, I did this, I made it. My stupid brain looks for reasons to say that it is shit, that I am shit. So I spend my days going through routines. Eat, sleep, go to gym, sleep some more, lie down in my bed with tears coming to my eyes for no reason, thinking that if I end my life, I'd be sparing the world the disappointment that is me. After all, what place is there for a starving artist in a family of medical doctors? Why not spare society the disappointment that is me? At this point, I genuinely don't know what to do. This channel is one of the few things in my life that my brain somehow allows me to do. I love it, but in the end, isn't it just another expression of art? The very thing that every single message throughout my childhood told me isn't worthy of time and effort. As I said, this isn't a happy story, but I think it's one worth telling. Thanks for watching.